What's going on? Welcome on into today's trade recap. This is going to be a quick one because I got to leave, but we have a net P&L. It's the first red day since last Thursday of $78.91. We have some swings. We have a mix of swings. We've got a mix of day trades in here. I'll unpack some of that. And I did take some trades on NFLX, which I haven't traded with this strategy. And I think I'm going to start dabbling NFLX a little bit to test it out, give it a little bit of a test. So far, not so great. Is it the best conditions? Probably not. So that's the deal. QQQ we played, and then we also played NVDA. So I'll cover some of those, and then we had locked in partially some of our GameStop short. I locked a little bit more of that in, letting the rest of it ride. And then I closed one of the 4 positions on our US 2000. I should have just made it, one position, but I had opened 4 technically. So I closed one of those, which was on essentially the Russell 2000 short. And I'll hold the rest over the weekend, just de-leveraging that one, de-risking. Charts are great, man. Charts, there's no reason to dump it yet. So the charts are the charts. I'm gonna let the charts speak, and that's it. Positive there because it's a future. It's going to open Sunday night. So if I need to get out Sunday night because some crazy shit happens, I can get out. No problem. NVIDIA and NFLX and QQQ. So let's jump into it. IWM, the Russell, essentially breaking down. That's the look. NVDA, here it kind of messed with me a bit because there wasn't a reason to lose on this trade, but I technically did because I originally saw this low. Was that Wednesday, Thursday? 2 lows right there. We break that, I want to be in, but I just didn't get a good opportunity for that. We had opened up at that level, pushed up, and then closed below. There was just nothing there, but I then decided to try to play what I thought was a bear flag breakdown setting up. The problem was, and this is why I will not do this again, it's tough to draw these lines. And so the way I was drawing the lines, I essentially had it breaking right here and then eventually came. So my play on these is not playing an uptrend or a downtrend break or whatever. It'll be a low break. So in this situation, what I should have waited for was either this low to break or for me to draw a line right here. And if it did end up coming up and then breaking here, play it here on that flat bottom horizontal low. That was the mistake on that. Ended up losing there. NFLX. This one, I was like, oh, wow, NFLX is strong. It's pushing up. And so I played the bull break above, the upside break above VWAP. Problem was it wasn't that close to highs. But although I zoom out on this chart, I wouldn't take it back. It was a valid idea. Because if you look at the volume profile, you were inching up over the highs of this massive volume node. So I'm like, oh man, if it gets going, it could go. Problem was, market just didn't go. So the market ended up rolling back over and going to lows, which is kind of what my suspicion was. But I let the chart speak, and so that's what I jumped to. This is a day where it's like kind of just chopping you up. So then I ended up making some of it back on QQQ, but I took a couple of tries on both of those, which then ended up losing. This one, in this situation, it did work, technically speaking, which was a trend break. But you guys know how I feel about that now as I'm telling you, right? So here's my original play. Once it broke the trend, right in here, stop loss over these highs pretty much, and then targeting a 1.8 or targeting low of day essentially, which is what we actually got. So it ended up working out beautifully. But again, playing the trend breaks, they could work sometimes. They might, it's just not the highest of momentum moves. And so I prefer to stay away from that. That's just personally my take on that going forward. So, that's how you get to where we're at. No other updates to talk about really. If I jump over to Surge Trader, we did to some slight damage in here, but we're 15% of the way to our targets based on where the current balance sits. As long as we don't hit our max drawdown down to 46.8, we're fine, and that shouldn't be a big problem unless I go through a very painful, probably multiple month losing streak would be how we get there. Based on the risk management, the sizing that I'm playing, as we have been tracking this stuff the past couple of months. So with that said, that's today's update. I'll leave links to anything that I use, TradeZella, Surge Trader, all that stuff below this video. But we are 15% of the way, about a week and a half into our 50K account challenge. we'll see how that goes. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.